Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Hey everybody, it's Liam and Big Al, and this is the Bad Cast.
Wow, you know what? I love most about that intro. It just made it sound like you're talking to the deaf.
Yeah, just trying to enunciate those syllables, Biggie, you know what I'm saying?
Good work on that.
Now, we've got a couple of guests in the house today.
We certainly do. The wonderful Zach, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
We are here at the Elephant British Pub, where we like to hang loose and have a beer every once in a while.
Lovely.
And
how many beers on tap? Around about 65, 75?
There's got to be at least 1 million.
Well, I think we've had probably around about 999,000 of them during our time.
Yep, and I think I missed one, so we've got to start again.
Just tip a few in, fellas.
That's right. First of all, you do a bit of stand-up, is that right?
Yeah, we give it a bit of a go here in Adelaide. So, it's been a bit of fun. Sort of starting to get the name out there and getting a few gigs, so it's good fun.
Good stuff. Well, we'll keep feeding you booze, and the Badcast is a great forum for humiliating oneself
totally.
and telling embarrassing stories.
Self-deprecation and self-defecating
That's right.
is also appreciated here.
Happens occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
So how did you start off comedy? Is it the same, like, the raw comedy, or is it just open mic, or just got pissed at a mate's 21st?
No, so I used to make an internet show on YouTube called Man vs. Beer.
Oh, lovely.
And we used to go around and film at craft beer festivals, at different pubs and so on. And that was like my creative outlet until me and the other bloke stopped working together. So we didn't have the time to do it. So it sort of fell off and I had nothing to do. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go give stand-up a go. And that was about 4 years ago. So I went and had a crack and did like 2 sets in 2 weeks, different stuff. And then work just got too carried away. So I stopped for about 2 years. And then I started working at the hotel on Rundle Street.
An iconic venue.
Who hasn't been kicked out of there?
Oh, that's right. That's the kind of place, just so everybody knows, on a nice summer Australian day, you'd be sitting there with your sunnies, watching the people walk past with a nice cold pint of beer.
Oh, it's delightful.
Good stuff.
Not the people walking past
Yes.
with a nice pint of beer. No, it's why you're sitting down with a pint of beer. Is that
That's
right?
right.
Well, it's not really
that's basically what
pints
happens.
there. Everyone enjoys jugs. It's the uni pub where everyone just gets jugs.
What is it, fucking all of a sudden?
Not that type of jugs, Big Al.
Yeah.
Well, you just come along, just people sitting on the pavement, just motorboating their fucking beer.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, well, who doesn't do that?
You're totally right. It's got me out of many a fines.
Yeah, well, it's an expensive thing to do with the amount of booze that's wasted, but, you know.
Well, I can't believe you haven't been doing it far too much. Every time I've seen you, you've been fantastic. So,
thanks. Thank you.
Well, I've got to put my fucking shit in the gear, Liam.
Yeah, let me tell you.
There's something about drinking like 6 beers before you get on stage. You've just got all the confidence.
Yeah.
So you get boozed up before you go on, do you?
I did. Like when I first started, my first few months was just I worked out that I could drink 6 pints before I got on stage, and I could still talk and still be a little bit funny. And then I realised that 8 or 9 pints was too many. So
Okay, what happened then?
I just rambled and people couldn't understand what I said, and I was just shit house. So I then took a couple of months off the piss and worked out how to do it sober. And
that's tough.
Yeah, it was. The first that I did sober, I was like shaking before I got on stage, and I was like, fuck, I could definitely go a beer. But I got up there and then just realised, hang on, I fucking love this. And so from there, it's just been, I can drink, I can't drink, I don't have to drink. So yeah, it's just all good fun.
Yeah, I just find you always have to have it just to be, even if it's like a daytime gig, you always have to have a beer, I think, just before you get on. Like, just I don't know, it is something that you just need to, get it going. But Craig Egan, who runs the LA Comedy, every time I used to host at the old PJs, he used to progressively see me get drunk. So he would stop he would stop giving me beer vouchers. And then the problem is I just pay for my own beer, and then next minute you're already fuck-eyed, and next minute you got 4 Imperial Pints.
Good stuff. Yeah, oh, fuck yeah. And,
amazing.
I get fucking, I drink a 6-pack and do a for a bad cast. And then the same again at the end to try and forget the things that I've said. you know.
Well, I mean, working in pubs, there's
yeah.
this old saying that, you've got to drink so much coffee to get you up in the morning and then so much beer to put you to sleep.
Yeah.
So
That's very true, isn't it?
It really...
It's a bit long to put on a magnet, but...
yeah, you won't buy a T-shirt with that, but it's just it's just a saying between the bartenders.
I probably could wear it. It's it'd probably fit on a 4XL.
Is that how many X's you got?
Well,
4X?
Yeah, I like to call them kisses, Liam.
Yeah, sorry.
Kisses.
Oh my god.
But it just depends. Like, it could be a 6XL from Target, then you go to Lowe's and it's like a 4XL, and then.
So tell me this: when you're buying, like, does the normal shops, do they go up to 4X?
Oh, I have to say, I've never stepped.
No, I used to fucking work there, man.
I've never stepped in there.
Yeah.
Well, and even to the fact that I've come along and I've had to buy stuff for family members. You walk in there and they don't even say hello because they're just going, I'm never going to get a sale out of this guy.
Maybe some socks.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
yeah.
When you go to Kmart, do you have to go to that section that says big boys?
Yeah. Listen to you fat. Go in there. We've got a specialised fucking area. Do not even try. Stop fucking looking at other things that you can't fit into.
I've noticed, like, you walk past Kmart or Target and they've got the Sheila's stuff upstairs, like, in front of the windows, and the bloke stuff's just hidden downstairs in the corner.
Yeah. Still in boxes, they haven't even taken it out.
Yeah.
It's fuck it.
And the problem is, it's limited clothes for big people. So you'd easily come along in summer and you would see probably 4 or 5 blokes during fringe with the same fucking shirt as you.
I was wearing XL shirts for a while, and then I got down to a medium, and I was just really happy with myself. I started eating again, and now I'm back up to a large.
Yeah. It's so everyone has to have a challenge in life, don't
exactly. It's just ups and downs. It's like, fucking, all right, I'm going to reward myself with this bit of cake.
That's right.
Next minute, you just balloon out again.
And it's it's definitely like, that's a bloke's mind, isn't it? Because we come along and just go, I'm going to get myself down a medium. Yeah, we've fucking done that. What next?
Exactly. Medium's such a fucking, like, oh yeah, medium, well done, good on you, you're fucking medium. Like, large is a happy medium to me.
Fucking have a go at it, guess what, aren't you?
Oh no, it's like fucking medium's like, it's such a fucking mediocre thing. It's like, I'm medium. It's like, you're not, if you're small, you're small, or if you're big, you're big.
Yeah.
Medium's just kind of like,
What's your next challenge, Zach? 6XL, I reckon. Go for it, mate.
Oh, well, yeah. I might have to give it a crack over summer and see if the beach bod balloons out a little bit.
Yeah, nice.
I'll give you a shirt to work towards.
And I'll hang it up on my wall. Like, every morning I'll get up and be like, fuck, that's my dream.
Let's get those 6 crumpets out.
So you an Adelaide guy?
No, I'm actually originally from Victoria.
Victoria,
so,
okay.
Yeah, grew up in Victoria and moved over here when I was 20.
Because that's what all the kids do these days.
They come
from Victoria to South Australia.
That's right. Witness protection.
Yeah.
Well, see, I actually came from like a little country town, and Melbourne was a bit too daunting, so I just moved to a little bit of a bigger country town.
A medium town.
A medium town.
See what I'm saying?
Medium
size.
So can you mention? We'll bleep it out if you like.
No, it's fine.
Bleep the fucking town out.
No, I come from a little town called Druin,
right.
West Gippsland. My dad still lives down there, and family's still down there.
Okay.
Great little town.
And what goes on in that town?
It was most commonly known. That's where Gary Ablett's from.
Ah, right. Okay.
So
junior or senior?
Football. Senior.
Senior.
So junior was brought up in Torquay.
Rightio.
And then the Ablett family are all from down there, so I played footy with them as kids.
Okay, very cool. Now, Gary Ablett is one of the legends of the Australian Football League. For those of you who don't know or don't care, for everybody up in Queensland and New South Wales.
He was not a former Prime Minister.
No.
Just wanted to make that clear.
It could have been.
It could happen in the future. He's
That was Abbott, not Ablett. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Oh, actually, I would love Gary Ablett to be a future Prime Minister. I think it'd be fucking great. Senior.
Only if you told all the stories about taking so much.
Yeah.
and then when he.
Yeah. When we're thinking about our new future Prime Minister of Australia. Yeah.
Besides,
We just won't worry about that.
Forgot about
So
that
you're
one.
the bloke that ate onions. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. That's not too bad in the scheme of things,
I'd
really.
rather take that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I grew up there, moved here when I was 20, and then started working in pubs and been doing that ever since.
Very
And,
cool.
Now found comedy and fucking enjoy that and trying to do that as much as I can.
What's your hustle in the pubs? Are you like a cocktail ninja, or are you like a
beers?
beers?
So, yeah,
Okay, let's talk beers.
Let's talk beers.
What's your favourite style?
Favorite style? I'm a big fan of pale ales. The new sort of Pacific ales that are coming out are really popular and
Okay, tell me
easily-
this. What is a Pacific ale?
Pacific ale is a light fruity ale, usually double hopped using Galaxy or Cascade hops.
There you go.
Which give that sort of like passion fruit, pine fruit flavors that come through.
It's like the fruit cup. It's
Wow.
like Stone and Wood.
Yeah, Stone and Wood.
In fact, I'll be at Stone and Wood Brewery next week, guys.
Oh, you really?
There you go.
Mate, it's one of my favorites.
Name drop.
You've got Budweiser, which is kind of fruity, and then
Yeah,
you've got this.
it's fruity.
and
It's a adult fruit cup.
If you
totally
get
is.
an opportunity, we met Jamie, who I think was one of the head brewers from Stone and Wood. We interviewed him at the craft beer festival at the Highway a few years ago for Man vs. Beer, and he was just a lovely bloke and sort of taught us a fair bit about Stone and Wood. And so
Awesome.
if you get to have a chat with him, he's a great dude.
Now, tell us about Man versus Beer. So tell us what did the show do? How did it all play out? What was the deal?
We came up with it, so it was around the same time that Man vs. Food was huge, Man vs. Wild was huge, and we were just pissheads that worked in a pub.
Yeah.
And so we just thought, why don't we come up with a show called Man vs. Beer? So we based it on like a half-hour episode, and the show was all about booze news, booze reviews, beer challenges, and more.
Okay, beer challenges. That's
yes.
interesting to us here at the Badcast.
Yes, yeah, we've done our fair share of those.
But I made the show with a good friend of mine called Jake, who was 7 foot tall and almost 2 of Big Al.
Right.
A big giant of a man, like the most likable bloke I know.
Fuck you better look out if you don't like him or he doesn't like you. You know what I'm saying?
Just a giant man. And the thing was, he would do the beer challenges because I'm much smaller than him.
Mm-hmm.
So he would do the beer challenges, and I would just sort of sit there and take the piss and be like, "Come on, you can do it." And if he was really struggling, I'd just take the piss and everything. But yeah, it continued on, and I think the first ever challenge we challenged him to was called the Osama Bin Drinking Twin Towers.
Good stuff. I
And
like the sound of
This
this.
is very lowbrow, fellas.
You come to the right place.
So we were filming at a pub, and we had these beer towers, which were 3-litre beer towers, and we filled them up with beer, and then we dressed him up as Osama Bin Drinking. So he had a robe, he had a face painted.
Osama Bin Drinking.
It's still on YouTube if you want to check it out.
That might be the title of this episode. Osama Bin Drinking.
Let's check it out.
And he had 1 hour to drink 6 litres of beer.
Wow.
And he absolutely demolished it. He killed it. But we've dubbed
Can you,
over
sorry.
the top.
Can you say that again? What was the?
6 litres of beer in 1 hour. He was
Wow,
just
that's
smashing
actually
us.
pretty solid. Yeah. Well, it's a Centurion in 1 hour.
Yeah, we did that one as well.
Pretty
You did the Centurion.
The Centurion is 100 shots in 100 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it only works out to be like 6 or 10 beers.
It's not that much, but we did it on the Badcast as well,
Yeah.
and I spewed.
Oh, really?
And I've done it before and spewed again.
Yeah.
It's a tough, but I play by the rules of if you spew or whatever, as long as you come back for your shot at the time, then you're still in the game.
Yeah.
Tell you right, I got a kidney infection. Anyway, but it was fun.
Did you?
Well,
It was a UTI. It was a UTI.
I think
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
we did
Doesn't
that,
matter.
and I think we drank like 4 beers beforehand and then continued drinking afterwards. When we filmed that, and then after that we did the Devil's Dozen, which was a beer called Duval.
It's actually my
Jesus.
favourite beer.
It's fucking delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
You
a
did
golden
12
ale.
of those.
No, he did 12. I did 8.
In
No, sorry, he did
English, that
14.
means the devil, by the way.
Jake, we lost count, and we counted it after we filmed it, and Jake ended up drinking 14 of them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
yeah. hell.
And that was pretty wild.
Dude, man, when I was living in Amsterdam, that was my beer that I drank all the time.
dude, it's
That
fucking
and
hell.
Le Chouffe, when I wanted to just have a lighter one here and there.
Is that like a French way to go, le fuck off?
Yeah, a little bit like that. A little bit
Yeah,
like
right.
that. But not the real French, the Belgian French.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
So then
Subtle but abrupt.
that's right.
after that one, we filmed live at the hotel. The thing there is they have this chili shot, and they make everyone they don't make. When you get a job there,
It's like an apprenticeship or something.
There's like an initiation where you get to have the chili shot, which everyone does, and it's a bit cool and everything.
What's in it?
So what it is it's like a chili essence, which is then mixed with vodka and emulsifier, so it all breaks up and everything. And it's pretty hot. But when we did ours, they actually boiled chilies, added vodka, then added the emulsifier, and it made it a lot hotter. So it was something like 5 million on the Scoville scale, which is meant to be hotter than pepper spray.
Good stuff.
So we did that. We filmed it. We had people watching. I was trying to be funny, so I rimmed Jake's milk glass with the chili essence.
Oh, no.
So once he had the shot and then tried to have the milk, it just got even hotter.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was really funny until I had my shot and I hadn't eaten earlier on in the day, so I was fucked. And
it just ties your stomach up into a knot and it's fucking... Yeah.
I laid on the ground for 3 hours at the pub, crying into a bucket, eating fucking cucumber.
Yeah.
And then I eventually had to take myself home. I thought I was going to die.
Cucumber's going to do fuck all for you, man. It's not going to soak that chili oil up, man.
Nothing helped at all.
Yeah, you think milk's going to save you?
I do. I
Milk
get
does
PTSD when I eat chili now. I get PTSD. It's one of the worst things in the world. Do have to sign a waiver to be able to be able to have the chili shot
really?
at the
I love extreme chili, actually. It's one of my deals, yeah.
Yeah.
So can you just as a general public person can kind of just go...
Yeah, you can go up and you can ask the
No, only the Queen of
bartenders.
England's fucking allowed to. Your Majesty, we've been waiting for you. You're the only one allowed.
And people with beards.
So yeah, from that
Which is Her Majesty.
I made friends with the managers there, and 2 years later, forward on, I ended up working there with the guys.
Wow, it took you 2 years to get over it.
Yeah, to get over it.
Lying on the floor.
So
The hemorrhoids were fucking were a bitch, but I got there in
golf
the end.
balls. Golf balls.
For the next 2 years, whenever someone would come up to the bar and ask to have this chili shot, I was just like, no. Don't do it.
Bad idea.
It'll ruin your life. No, please don't. And then when they would do it, I would just walk away. I'd just be like, no, I can't be around for this. The PTSD was just too fucking bad.
Wow. And the PTSD is mostly, it's surrounded mostly in the anus area, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just pulsating, I guess.
Just
a little
clenching.
Whenever you just get in the room with that stuff.
The worst thing was
shit gets
the
real.
next day, because they always say it's the worst when you go through shit. I didn't feel that. I had a piss and it came out my dick.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
I always wonder why that doesn't happen.
It was the worst thing in the world. I had a piss and just cried.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fucking hell.
There you go. Steer clear of chili.
Wow.
Well, we've definitely talked about times we've shat ourselves on the show,
Jeez,
but never have we heard a story about fire coming out of one's dick.
Wow. Well, is that where got the word fireball from?
I mean, when I tell people that story, they they're just like, dude, you just had chlamydia, but no,
Yeah, stop blaming it on the innocent chilies. You know what you've been doing.
I've got chili hallucination and started fucking koalas. That's how it happened.
If anybody's not getting that joke, look up koalas and their diseases, and things will make sense for you.
Yeah, so it's not later back at the or Kangaroo Island. So. What a way to go out. Fucking hell. Yeah, what was those chilies that we had?
We had Carolina Reapers.
Yeah.
Which are your bad boys. Although, look, put it this way. Yes, they are in competition the hottest chilies you can get, but I'm sure those particular chilies that the dude grew that won the competition were, he would have souped them up as best he could. I mean, yes, it's a naturally hot chili, but he would have, apparently lots of the worm juice is what gets them going. You need a worm farm to pour the worm juice on the chilies, and that really makes them hot.
That's doping for chili comps, man.
A little bit, yeah. It's a little bit.
cheating.
If
But
you're researching how to make fucking hot chilies, you were just a fucking sadist. Really.
Oh yeah.
You just want to fuck people.
Oh fuck yeah. No, I love watching. I love watching those chili eating competitions, and it's fun stuff.
It is true. Gran only lasted one Christmas at his house. And,
right.
It's rest in peace, Gran.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you can't handle the fucking heat, fuck off.
Yeah.
And she really, the good thing is that Well, she's now buried in the chili. You know, it's just it's
So that's what makes it even hotter.
Jesus Christ.
circle of life.
Yeah,
Circle of life,
yeah.
isn't it? Fucking hell.
So when you came, so you're a Victorian, right?
Victorian, yes.
Yeah. Now, when you came to South Australia, how old were you?
I was 20.
You were 20, all right. So you're an adult.
So you had a choice.
Yes.
So people were probably a little bit more grown up about things. When I was actually spent my younger years in Melbourne as well.
Melbourne.
And, Melbourne. And I came over here and experienced a range of insults from the South Australians. Kick a Vic.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we had really.
Prictorian.
Oh, Prictorian. I always just you stupid fucking.
Yeah.
Every week.
Never gets anywhere.
That had nothing to do with where I was from, though.
No,
just
no,
a general
it's
indictment on my character.
It's just a fucking face to hate.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
got called a Mexican, so
A Mexican.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
got called a Mexican, so I just decided to grow a beard instead of the
But I
mustache.
thought that only really Sydney-siders called Melbourneites Mexicans or Melburnians. What's the correct term?
Well, you're Melburnians, I guess.
Melburnian.
Well, it's still south of the border.
yeah,
so,
I guess so. Yeah.
We would have built a wall, but we're choked up with a whole bunch of renewable energy, unfortunately.
yeah.
But
True.
We would do it if we
Fucking
could turn the fucking lights on, but it's
yeah,
tough
we could
times
build
at
the
moment.
fence, but we just wouldn't be able to electrify it.
No.
To be honest,
Only on Tuesdays for about half an hour. And
we could
then,
have just prisoners just cycling on the
Yeah,
bike,
they-
Yeah.
just generating the.
I'm pretty sure they tried it in September last year, and there was a whole nationwide blackout.
yeah. Struggling times
They
here.
finally tried to.
If you're not sure about that, everything in South Australia, we're having some problems keeping the lights on in a first world country.
Yeah, we do. But it is a bit weird, like, because, I do feel sorry for Melburnians, because, both sides of the fence fucking hate them. SA don't like Vic, then your Sydney Siders don't like the Vic.
But here at the Badcast, we do like Victorians, all right?
we love them.
We love them.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, we do.
people hate us because they ain't us.
That's true.
That's a saying.
Because
not
we
mine.
anus. And
Yes.
is that
That's what I heard.
Is that what South Australians say to everyone else, or is that what Victorians say to
I
everybody?
think that's what Victorians
Yeah.
say.
No, I
because
hear
they
that.
do
No,
love
look,
themselves.
look.
You are Victorian.
I'll tell you one thing about Victoria, mate. When they put a sporting event on, people turn up to that shit.
Do they
Fucking
put a
oath.
sporting van on?
Oh, yeah.
Can they what, mate? Can they what?
Dude, we can get fucking Meatloaf to our grand final.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. You've had the Zepp boys to the
Yeah, right.
SANFL grand final.
Big shouts out to the Zep boys.
Yeah, right.
Nice
Local
guys.
legends.
We had a fucking Batmobile with Angry Anderson in it.
Yeah, right.
All right, this has reminded me of something. You know what? The best show ever for state parochialism was? It's a Knockout. Remember that?
Oh, yes.
That was like state versus state. You had Northern Territory, South Australia, Victoria, Queensland, everyone, and then they had their own colours, and they would just get random dickheads from each state, and they would just fucking go, and all these ridiculous tournaments and obstacle courses and things like that.
That's right.
That was a great fucking show.
Do you remember that? It's a
No,
knockout.
yeah.
It's a Knockout. Oh, well, it used to be on like
Sunday afternoons.
something like that. Yeah,
It was fair. It was McDonald? What was it? Jackie McDonald. She would, I think, the host.
Fuck, we got to find that.
And
some
I think we
clips of
had.
that.
I think for SA it was quite often just Peter O'Brien from Neighbours who was represent for SA.
So how did it work? I'm trying to remember now. So what, we had like a team leader or something, did
Well,
we?
I
or-
think it was like Vic, SA, Queensland, and it might have been WA. I think it was 4 teams, isn't it? 4 teams.
No, that was
So-
I think pretty much every
it?
state had a run, or maybe not ACT. I don't know.
Tasmania probably wouldn't.
Oh, I
Did
can't
they have
remember
TV
now.
back then?
I thought they did just teams sometimes.
Did they? Look, I just remember state on state rivalry.
It
Just
was so
it was a
good.
coliseum of fucking
Saturday
whatever.
night.
They had a lot of things that you'd later on see in a strip joint. Like
Yeah.
pillar fights, trying to get your balls into mouths. Like
Yeah.
all those kind
Wait,
of...
what?
to rescue
Balls
the
into
shield.
mouths? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
They'd have these like big giant mouths and they'd have to kick soccer balls into them. And
Oh, would they?
I don't remember
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
I remember like a show that was on for like a brief time on Channel 7 or something called Man Oh Man.
Oh,
And they
that
had to,
was
like, jump
great
in the
television.
pool or something.
I think
Yeah.
I think it was like a bachelor version. So what it is that a chick would come along. It's a bit like a dating show.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
instead of getting a rose, you'd be saved from getting pushed into the pool.
Oh, okay, right.
So it was.
But no, it was a good show. They used to push him into the pool, didn't they?
Yeah,
And
so
it was
like
funny because you'd have these like really ripped dudes, right? 90s ripped dudes with like fake tan, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he'd be up there, and then there'd be some podgy bloke next to him, like just doing the moves and everything. Great television. Great television.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know what to push that guy in because I might get wet when he fucking splashes everything. But it was like The Bachelor, but you just got over and done with in one fucking show.
Much better.
So, yeah, but I think it was Rob Guest. I think it was who also played the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
When
times
you
are
come
tough.
along.
Times are fucking tough.
What was the TV show that I saw? Was it Speedball or something? That's
Speedball.
It kind of looks like Wipeout, but they have to try and.
It's not Ninja American Ninja or whatever.
No,
Ninja Warrior.
Ninja Warrior. Yeah.
No, this is like maybe Ninja Warrior inflatable world.
Right.
But then people had to get, you look like Wipeout, but a bit shit.
Yeah, well,
Speedball.
Wipeout was shit.
it was shit, but it was
loved
shit.
it, though.
It was the poor. Wipeout was the poor man's It's a Knockout. There was never going to be another It's a Knockout. It was just fucking great the way they set it up. But I think when it comes to those kind of shows, the Japanese really do have that shit wrapped
totally.
up. In fact, on the Badcast page, I've shared a video of just the kind of games that they come up with. It was just these two girls with a clear plastic tube in each other's mouth, and there was a cockroach in the middle. And the winner was the one that didn't have the cockroach blown into her mouth and down her throat, which I found amazing.
I did this in primary school where it was just you get an egg and then you get two raw eggs. And they kind of sit in the bottom of this tube. And then whoever, like that, you just end up eating egg.
So what? How does it work? What's the
So
tube?
you crack an egg into one side and crack an egg on the other side.
Yeah.
And then you
into
get
two
the other,
tubes. How does it? What's the
No,
tube?
just one tube, and it just sits in the bottom of this plastic tube, right?
Right.
And then you have to come along and just go 3, 2, 1, and then whoever's got the best lungs.
I don't know what primary school Big Al was going to, but he was learning how to
They
blow
were
things in
definitely
primary
working
school,
on
so
their
that's-
lungs at that
that's a bit
school.
bad.
So lots of mouth exercises and other such things.
Yes, in primary school you learn how to blow eggs, and in high school we learn how to fertilise them. So,
Oh my god!
It's
I didn't learn that in high school. I just learned how to finger them.
Well, that's the difference between public and private.
That's right. That's right. Totally
in
different
Adelaide.
stuff.
I went to a public school.
Yeah. Well, guys,
Yes.
I think this has probably been a bad cast.
It has, it certainly has.
And, well, all I want to say is thanks for coming on, guys. So, hey, guys, check us out on all the major podcast apps. You can get us on iTunes, Stitcher, iVoox, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Overcast, and all the rest of them. You can give us a 5-star review on iTunes. We love it. Check out the Ozcast Network as well. There's heaps of new podcasts coming onto it. Heaps of Aussie content. It's crazy at the moment. So much stuff coming out.
I just wanted to say, if you listened to the last episode, and if you forgot to listen to the end, Tommy did an awesome remix.
He did, yeah.
Bits and pieces. So if you did miss that, make sure you tune in.
And maybe we'll release that. Check out the episode, but if you're too lazy to listen to the whole fucking episode, you motherfuckers, then check us out on Instagram, and we'll release just that track on Instagram alone, all right?
Oh, there we go.
And give us a
Fantastic.
follow on the old Insta as well, eh?
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Mr. Zach.
We'll catch you guys next time. This has been The Badcast. Thanks for listening.
Help us buy more beers and sponsor us. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, or badcast.com.au. The Badcast is part of the Ozcast Podcast Network.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.